Building your dream physique is quite simple, guys. I swear. The reason it feels hard is because you're just making it hard on yourself. That's it. Imagine you never been to London before. It was a very big city. I never been myself, but I know that if I show up in London and someone give me an address I've never been before, it will feel like completely impossible for me to reach that destination unless I put the address on Google Maps and I follow the direction that Google Maps is giving me. If I want to go somewhere I've never been before, I need direction. I cannot just show up in the city and at every intersection I'm wondering if I go right, if I go left, and then I try maybe to go right, then left, and then I end up being on the exact same position. That's gonna be a waste of time. Okay, and most likely I will start to think, fuck this city, I just want to leave. Whereas if I had a direction to follow, I just follow the step by step, and it's gonna feel like quite simple. It's nothing hard. When you have Google Maps and Google Maps tells you turn right, you turn right, turn left, you turn left. And that's it. If you listen to fucking Google Maps, you're gonna reach destination. Okay? And like guys, I'm now sitting at 10% body fat. I have an elite physique, great shape, and I've coached more than 50 guys inside my program. And a common mistake I see is it's not that they're lacking efforts or discipline. Everyone's putting the work, but they're just lacking strategy. They have this belief that effort equal results, which is of course wrong. Because again, we need to put some work, but you also need a direction. We also need a plan. We need a structure to follow. Everything that you want to achieve has to be done step by step. Whether it's making a recipe, whether it's building a house, there's framework, there's step by step to follow. And unless you don't have a framework to work with, you're gonna be spinning your wheels. Your effort will never pay off. And I've been there myself. Okay, trust me, like on the picture on the left, I thought I was doing everything right on paper. I was eating clean, I was training hard. But again, my physique was going nowhere. And you can see there's a clear difference between the picture on the left and the picture on the right. And the difference was not that I was putting more work in that physique. Like that picture on the right was taken back in February. I was in Dubai and I pretty much have the same physique as of today. I know how to maintain. I understand the game. But on the left, almost no fucking idea what I was doing. Following a workout plan, okay, but I never knew what exactly I have to do. Like, do I need to cut now? Do I need to bulk now? How do I adjust my calories? Do I need to do something with my cardio? I had no idea about it. I didn't even know what were the daily habits to follow in order for me to facilitate the progress. All I was thinking about is eating clean, working hard. And you know what? It didn't pay off. Yes, it got me like what I call an average physique in my opinion. I was looking chunky. As you can see, there were there's like body fat kind of around my belly. I was not happy about this physique, man, to be honest. I know some guys like will be okay, but if you think like me, we don't just want to blend in. We don't just want to look average. We want to max out potential because this is what men were supposed to do. Maxing out our potential. There's no way I can be sitting in that body knowing deep down I'm meant for more, knowing deep down I'm capable of more. How do I know it? I just had to look around me and I see guys who are in fucking elite shape, amazing physique. It's like, if they can do it, why not me? They have nothing special. Trust me, when you start like engaging with people who have the physique, who have something that you dream of, something that you desire, whether it's a certain type of business, certain income, certain physique, certain lifestyle, they're not special at all. They just have a mindset and they follow a certain strategy. That's all it takes, especially when it comes to physique, guys. We cannot do random things. If you do random efforts, you will get random result. And that's what happened with me. Once I start to follow a specific framework and I stay consistent, of course, I transform my physique. Like, honestly, I don't have the before and after picture of at the time, but in 4 months, I erased like 2-3 years of frustration, stagnation. And when I say stagnation, for me, yes, there were periods of time where I was losing some weight and then I was gaining the weight. And it's like I felt I was making some progress, but then I was back to square one. And that short period of time where I was losing the weight gave me the illusion that I was on the right track, but I was not. Even if you losing a bit of weight in a certain time, it doesn't mean that you're on the right direction. That's something I want you to understand. Like, people are happy once they start losing weight, but if you're doing the wrong way, trust me, they're gonna have repercussions. And you're gonna gain the weight back. Then you're gonna feel like, okay, I need another cut. Then when you start losing the weight again, okay, now it's time to bulk. And trust me, the cycle never ends. Problem is never effort. It's always strategy. And for you, that's what it looks like. You work out, you train hard, then nothing really change, and then you panic. Again, you change your strategy based on how you feel. It's mostly like an emotional change. There's no framework. Again, it's like you hit the plateau. Okay, maybe it's a workout now. Maybe I need to add like more volume. Maybe I need to change this exercise. Okay, maybe I need to go online, find someone who has a good physique, take his workout split, and let me try it. Or the classic one is to cut to bulk. Maybe you start seeing a bit of difference, slight bit, and then you start rushing the bulk. Okay, I think I'm ready for the bulk. And then you start eating more calories, then you gain some fat, you feel chunky, you feel disgusted about your physique, and now we attack and overcut. And mostly, we want to do it the extreme. Oh, you know what, man, I've gained some weight, I just need to get rid of those extra fat, as fast as possible. Maybe I need to drop the carb. Yeah, it's the protein the problem. Let me increase the protein. And all you keep doing is adjusting things randomly because you plateau, and you call that a strategy. Random changes, when things are not moving the way you want, it's not a strategy. It's panic. Like, a strategy is something that you follow step by step. It's proven to work. Like, again, the example of you want to go to a certain destination, Google Maps tells you go there, turn right, turn left, keep going forward, and you follow the plan. That's a strategy. Okay, that's the one thing that you don't have. You change things based on what you see on the internet, based on how you feel, based on what you think it's right. But at the end of the day, look at your results. Like, that's what I keep saying. Check where you're at now compared to where you was 6 months ago, 12 months ago. Do you have a solid before and after? And all it takes, guys, it's 3 months for you to start noticing real visible changes. Like, if you have a before and after picture of 3 months, if there is no clear difference, I'm not saying 1 pound of 2 pound of body fats, that's not a clear difference, real difference. Maybe at the point where you start seeing your abs. That's what I call a fucking difference. Okay? And problem is that you don't also understand what it takes to get in shape. Like, building your dream physique, 10% body fat, like visible abs, lean, muscle definition, staying like that all year round. Do you know exactly how to get there if you've never been there before? That's where things has to start like clicking in your head. Again, if you go to London and I tell you let's go to this address, if you've never been there before, how the fuck you gonna take me there without Google Maps? But once, let's say the first time you have the address on Google Maps, you follow direction the app is telling you, and you do it over and over. Now you start like memorizing what is the way to go from point A to point B, because you've done it multiple times. But the first time, you're never gonna go there by yourself if you don't have a plan, if there is no direction to follow, because you've never been there before. So you need to ask yourself, if I've never been in shape before, if I'll never be able to maintain the physique, how am I going to get there by myself? If I have no plan, no strategy. Like, that shit takes a framework. There's a roadmap to follow. And there is certain knowledge, certain skills, certain competence that you need to acquire before. And you know how you get those skills and knowledge? You need time to learn. You need time to learn, and you also need to test it on yourself. And how the fuck? I mean, you just tell you about my story. Like, I invested like, in courses. I invested like, in mentors. I invested like, in coaches. I watch education video. Like, I've done it, and I've tried different things. And of course, like, I know what are the mistakes to avoid, but do you really have the time for that? When you call yourself busy, you want to take your business, your sales to another level, double your income, right? You need all of your attention and your time and your energy to focus on the money, the business side of things. You cannot take away that mental energy and that time for you to go and start like learning new things. What you can do is delegate your physique, your fitness to an expert, someone who already walked the path and who has like a track record of physical transformation. I can go and see on my Instagram, guys been there, put the work, like they got solid results. Some of them great shape, right? I had my own story. That takes time for you to learn, to acquire the skills. Whereas if you work with proximity with someone, already walked the path, it's going to transfer you all of the knowledge, give you the blueprint, give you the roadmap, help you structure your day so that you create a lifestyle around fitness. It doesn't take over your work, your social life. That's what I do with guys in the program. Like, everyone's busy. But if you keep like wasting your time trying random things and you don't get results from it, you're gonna start feeling frustrated. It's gonna lower your confidence. And as a guy who's aiming high in life, especially when it comes to business, sales, make more money, you need the confidence for that. You need to show up, feel at your best, and fucking make the money on the call. If you keep like degrading your confidence because you know in certain area of your life, your physique, you're not at the level you want, and you actually never getting closer to your true potential, that shit is gonna sit in your mind, bro. It's gonna affect you. It's gonna fuck up your mind. So why the fuck you will keep coming, you will keep going, doing all of this random shit, expecting a different outcome, whereas all you can do is work with someone who has the results you want. It's gonna save you a lot of time and frustration, so you focus on the thing that matters the most. Okay? Understand, you going and copying influencers' workouts ain't gonna make it. You copying their diet ain't gonna make it. Like, I've tried. Like, these guys, trust me, they were not born in shape. They had to transform. They had to follow a plan. Some of them are bodybuilders as well. I'm not preaching that you start getting and becoming a bodybuilder. No. But there's principle, like, we have to learn from them. And you apply it in your life. But again, it all like, strategy. And the best example I can give you is like, think about like, a pizza, like a recipe. If you want to make a pizza, bro, we know we need to follow things step by step. There's order, like the sequence of things matter. You cannot like just bake the pizza and then add the cheese after. No. You need to have like the base first, and for that you need to mix the water, the flour, the salt. You mix it in a specific way. Then you do some fucking tricks with your hand. You have the base. Then you have like tomato paste, the toppings, the cheese, and the layers are in order. And then you bake exact time, exact temperature. Then you can eat the fucking pizza. If you mess one of these steps, you're not getting any pizza. And intuitively, if I tell you, yeah, go and make a pizza, you're gonna be like, yeah, I've been watching some chef on YouTube. Last time I was at this Italian restaurant, I was looking at the chef. I kind of have an idea of how to make a pizza. But the moment you go and actually try it, you're gonna realize you're fucking up. You have no fucking clue how to make a pizza. Whereas if you have the skills and the perfect recipe to follow, it's gonna feel easy, right? So you thinking you know how to do it because you've seen someone do it doesn't mean you know how to do it, okay? Your physique works the same way. You need skills, you need knowledge, you need framework to follow. That's all you're gonna get from this video, okay? So the way I go about it is to go from where you are to like your dream physique. Let's say right now you're sitting at 16, 20% body fat, okay? And your goal is an aesthetic physique. Want to have 10% body fat, visible abs, again, lean, solid muscle definition. Things have to be done in order. And remember like, the sequence of pizza. No rush, cannot bypass anything. You guys like, only playing between cutting and growth. You don't take the time you need for the foundation phase. That's where it starts. Like the most problem with guys is like not only they don't have the sequence, the different phases in advance, but you don't also give the time, you don't also give each phase the time it requires. Let's say someone like, just jump straight like, to fat loss and go straight in calorie deficit. Your body is not even primed to respond for fat loss properly. And then you're going to be rushing the fat loss, doing extreme approaches. And then once you start like losing a bit of weight, you jump on the growth phase and now you gain the fat. And then you go back to fat loss and you keep like spinning your wheels. Whereas everything has to start with phase one. And like a house, it's foundation. You don't build a house on shaky foundation. Same goes with your physique. You need solid foundation, right? So it looks like on phase one for foundation, you need to be setting it your macros the right way so that you eat around maintenance calories. Don't jump into extreme deficit at first. That's a mistake I see. You want to be eating around maintenance calories and you want to lock in your non-negotiable habits and your sleep. Non-negotiable habits, you got to be moving your body 8,000-10,000 steps a day. Hydrate, get your electrolytes, get your sleep in, 8 hours per night, consistent schedule, I insist on that, 8 hours. Also getting some sunlight or any supplements that is required. What's gonna help you, and also yes, you need to have the training program in place 3-5 times per week. 5 times is even like too much for most of you guys. So I would say sweet spot is 4 times a week. Okay, that's what I do at the moment. And of course, having a certain goal of cardio. But all of you have, once you have like that initial plan, you have all of these habits locked in, you have your macros, you focus on whole foods, you stay consistent with that for 2-3 weeks. Like that phase can take up to 8 weeks, but like I would say realistically 4 weeks. Okay, you need also to identify what are your failure points in terms of workout, because that's important. If you want to keep building muscle, you need to apply progressive overload and to push to failure. So you identify your failure point during the first weeks, then you build from it. But once you lock in all of these habits, the right macros, the right training plan, and you're consistent, what's going to happen with your body is your overall energy will be high. Imagine your body has batteries and you charging those batteries, like you put them in the green at 100%. So the hormones in your body are regulated. Your metabolism is on point. Digestion is on point. That's going to facilitate any nutrient absorption. It's going to facilitate recovery. And also, if you have more energy, you can be pushing more weights in the gym. And that phase is also important so that you start building consistency. Once that phase, is on point, it's locked in, and your body feel great, your body will be primed for the next phase, which is fat loss. Okay, because when you're losing fat, it's all hormones in your body, guys. Okay, and now your hormones are regulated. Now we can be adding a calorie deficit. And calorie deficit is not only about reducing what you eat. We have two variables to play with. We have the cardio and we have the calories from the food, of course. And that phase is what takes the longest time. And for some people it can be 4 months, 3 months. Okay, all depends where you start and how consistent you are with the process. But it's simple. Once your foundation, your weight is not supposed to go down that much. You want to be adjusting the calories till the point where the weight is steady. Once you see you have the habits consistent, you have the macros consistent, your weight is steady, now you know that your body is ready for fat loss. And now you can be adding a deficit from cardio. You start with 1 hour on cardio per week, zone 2 cardio. I've made some videos about it. 1 hour of cardio during the foundation phase. And now for fat loss, when the weight is not moving for 2 weeks, you increase the cardio 20 minutes per week. Okay, if you start losing weight, perfect, keep going, don't change. I want to keep playing with the cardio till the point where you feel okay, maybe I'm maxed out on cardio. And you have you can honestly have the flexibility here to either reduce the calories on or increase the cardio based on what is sustainable for you. All right, I have some guys that cannot do 5 hours of cardio per week. It's not sustainable. So you need to go every 2 weeks and adjust the variable. If you feel no, hunger is pretty good and you can actually go lower on food, well, now you can decrease the calories. If you feel you're getting hungry too much, don't go lower in food. Increase the cardio. And you want to keep playing every 2 weeks, every week sometimes. And again, if you've never done it before, that's why you need a coach. So he can tell you exactly what variable to adjust depending on how you progress. Right? So cardio, food, cardio, food, cardio, food, cardio, food. And I want to do it to the point where you get around 10% body fat. Once you start having visible abs, okay, now you're gonna understand that your body is ready for growth, because in that phase, I think what most people scared of is, oh, they're getting skinny. But it's normal that you have to feel skinny before. And when I say skinny, it doesn't mean that you look like a stick, but you will feel like your muscles are depleted. And that's normal, because if you're in a calorie deficit, your muscles are like sponges and there is glycogen in it. Your body will just use the glycogen for the muscle. So naturally, you feel like you're pressing on the muscle. Your muscle will feel flat. But that's exactly what we want, right? Because now when we complete the fat loss phase and we attack growth, we're going to slightly reduce your cardio and increase the food. We're going to be adding, 20 grams of carbs weekly, okay? And we keep pushing the growth. We're adding more volume in workouts if we need, and we stay consistent. And keep in mind, guys, building muscle is a slower process than losing fat, okay? So you need to be patient with the process. You actually need to live strong. And the mistake I've seen guys making is making too much calories jump. So they increase the calorie by 500 one shot. It's no, you're gonna start gaining some fats. And also one mistake I see people fucked up with the growth phase, adding muscle, is they do it when they still have a high body fat. But if body fat is high, you're not gonna have the same nutrient partitioning into the fat cells or the muscle cells. Whereas if you're low body fat, everything will go to the muscle cells. Also, insulin will be more sensitive in your body. Your cell will just respond better to the stimulation. Okay, once you complete the growth phase, what's gonna happen obviously is it's not always perfect and you might be gaining some fat, right? It's expected. So maybe you're gonna be like at 13% body fat. What you want now is a slight cut. So go back to a slight deficit, nothing extreme, okay? Just to remove the extra pounds of fat that might add up. For some people, it's not always necessary, but if it's that happen, you go through a mini cut and then you eat again till your maintenance calorie and you maintain for the rest of your life. Like that's how you build that's how you build a lifestyle around it. Okay. If you mess up one of these phases, you fucked. And I have to go back to square one and restart again. And that's the framework you need to follow. 5 phases, nothing complicated. Foundation, fat loss, growth, mini cut, maintenance. Follow that properly. You give each phase the time it requires. And that's how you're going to be building your dream physique. And also be able to maintain it for life, because it's most important. How many guys again they lose weight for a specific date, a specific trip, and then after the trip they just gain everything back? That's not what we want here. We want the changes, the visible changes, and also the skills, the knowledge, the habits, the systems to be able to maintain that physique for the rest of our life. Okay? And at the end of the day, guys, just keep in mind, results don't lie. If right now you've been putting all of this work and you feel like you're not going anywhere, understand that you're just missing a strategy. Okay, I give you the baseline here. I tell you what I know, what's been working for me, for my clients. This is the recipe we follow. This is what works, right? So now you have some knowledge. You can actually change the way you do things. But most likely, you're gonna need some help. You're gonna need some help to tell you exactly what to change week per week based on how you progress. So now there's the knowledge. You also need the mindset and the accountability that comes with it. All right? If you want to give this strategy a try, go for it. If you feel you need additional help, don't forget, links are in the bio, and I see you soon. Let's go.